had a crazy idea, which I think is going to be great fun, but Phil doesn't agree.
Yeah, I'll settle with the word crazy. Caroline wouldn't have used the word crazy probably if it wasn't for my input, because I've got to be honest, I've tried hard, I've sat with you and I've seen your research, etc., and I still think it's one of the nuttiest things you've come up with so far.
And that's because Phil has no taste, no heart and no soul. Because I love looking at YouTube videos and always looking for new experiences, and one that I discovered was magnet fishing. Now, I think that sounds really exciting. I'm a bit of a womble anyway. I love collecting anything that people are throwing away, and magnet fishing is just so up my street.
No.
It's not up yours, is it?
No. I spent many years underground laying rails and humping girders, so the idea of dragging girders out of riverbeds is not my idea of fun.
Well, I'm not specifically looking for girders.
No, but in fairness, the first video I saw, everyone was terribly excited about a rusty girder that was about 18 foot long.
That's something to be excited about. If you can pull something 18 foot long out of the river with a magnet, then that's quite exciting, I think.
I had no comment.
So,
I am yet to be convinced. Should we say that? I am yet to be convinced.
Yes. So we're going to work at convincing Phil that this is a good idea. The first time we find something really valuable or really exciting, I think we'll have managed that. But until then, it's going to be difficult. So I went shopping, went on Amazon, and I bought one of these. Now, hidden in this is something else that I've been buying as well, but we'll start off with this. Now, this is the most essential part of magnet fishing, as you can imagine. So what do you think is in there?
It has to be... It's not very heavy.
It's not. Keep it away from the computer.
Is that a clue?
It is.
Keep it away from the equipment, eh?
Yes, keep it away from mobile phones. So I shall move my mobile phone out of the way, because these things can damage anything like that. So be careful with your computers, your mobile phones, your memory cards, your cash cards, anything. Just watch you don't rub it against this magnet. Now, I'm very surprised that this magnet has travelled through the post with no protection. Because if anybody else has ordered the latest iPhone or a nice new computer and it travelled in the same sack as this, it could be damaged. Unless it is
it may
packaged.
be inside.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, it may be inside this package, because...
So what's this?
Do we have it? That's just,
this is our rope?
I think that's possibly, yeah. That's what it looks like.
Ooh, bit
I
of
suppose if you're
excitement.
going to go fishing, you need fishing line.
Now,
that's very thick fishing line.
On the photograph that I saw, this rope had, is it a I can never say the word, carabineri, I don't know, one of those clippy things. And it's not on here.
It is foam packaged.
Oh, there we go. So it's got what you could term a bit of a keep on it then. So that's not so bad.
It is. See, because it's installed within...
Oh, brilliant.
Which is handy for transportation. Because, of course, we do have the problem that I understand this is a rather powerful magnet.
Now, before we go any further, do you have your phone in your top pocket?
No, dear. No, dear.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Right, there we are. We're okay then. We're safe to take out the beast.
There we go.
Now, when you order a magnet that would lift 113 kilograms, keep it away from my computer.
Yes, dear.
Then you expect it to be bigger than this. It's really not very big at all. It's not very heavy. So that's it. That is going to give us lots of fun, I hope.
You hope.
But there are a few things you need to do before you use your magnet. I've been doing a lot of research. And the one thing you need to do is get something like this. I'll be back.
I'm looking for something. I want something metal. I want to try picking something
We'll
up.
try some coins in a minute. I'll go get coins while you're working, because this is
I want to pick up
a
something.
universal glue. Now,
This might not be a magnet. It just might be a lump of metal. You don't know.
Well, we'll find out once we've glued it in, because if you... I don't suppose you should really do that, because Phil has had an eye bath because he had a metal filing in his eye. You know, if it's still in there.
Ah, that's what I'm trying to decide my head to see if I stick my metal plate.
Or he could put it backwards.
Not that I've got a metal plate.
Stop fiddling with your magnets. Right, so you need to unscrew the thingamie. What do you call it? What would you call that?
Now then, yes.
I know, I'm not very technically minded, so you will have to deal with me.
Right, now the technical department. Now this is frightening, isn't it? I'm the technical department.
Which is a bit scary.
So here we have a magnet, as we've said. There's the magnet.
Keep it away from my computer.
Right.
Cool. He's trying to kill my computer.
Here we have an eyelet. But the eyelet is
that word.
not actually forged as part of the magnet. Because as you can see, as I was trying to get it out actually, it started to undo. And it will undo relatively easily. Which is not a good idea. got a long thread saying that, but
It has, but
you still have the problem that if this is, it is a magnet.
don't put it sideways on, you'll never get it back off.
Yes, it is a magnet. See,
Now these things can be really vicious, so watch your fingers. If you get your finger trapped between that magnet and something metal, you're going to at least lose a nail and possibly lose a finger.
That's why there's nothing metal around here. We're working on a wooden table. I have here this very useful polystyrene housing, which we are going to use to transport the magnet at all times.
We are.
Because as I was saying earlier on, in the light of the fact this is a magnet, because it keeps sticking to things, then if we put that on the floor of the car, it could be a little bit difficult to get off.
Yes, we'd be there for hours trying to pull it off the bottom of the car.
Be safe on the back of my car, because as I found to my embarrassment, the back of my car is carbon fibre.
Yes.
Because when I bought a magnetic GB sticker to come over to France and stick it on, it fell on the floor. Which was very embarrassing.
Useless for
There's
us.
video footage of that somewhere, and I'm sure it will find its way onto YouTube one day.
Yes.
There we go. So I can put that down there. Ooh.
Now, I bought this. I was looking up glues to use on your magnet to hold this, what would you call it? An eyelet?
Eyelet,
I would
call it.
onto your magnet. And apparently, super glue isn't the best thing to use because there are two ways something can break the bond. Now, super glue apparently is brilliant if you're pulling two things apart, like Phil is trying to remove the eyelet from the magnet. But if you've got a twisting motion, then super glue isn't so good. I told you about your fingers. So I didn't get super glue, I got this. Now they wanted £7 for Loctite or £2 and a bit from Wilko. So I decided to go with the Wilko and take a risk and check my magnet regularly to see if it starts unwinding. So Phil is now going to do the technical stuff because I will end up gluing my fingers to the magnet.
You see, what's worrying me now is I'm using some kind of super glue substance.
Yes, well, it's not super glue, it's just glue.
On the threads of this, which has the habit of getting sort of caught up magnetically with this. But fortunately, this magnet is not as powerful on the back as it is on the front. It's very powerful on the front.
So I'm going to get some footage here of Phil doing his business with his bit of glue and his eyelet, which I now learnt the word of. So there's Phil's hands.
Is what you want.
So here we have Phil very proficiently gluing his eyelet into his magnet.
Over there is dangerous. It's a dangerous.
I don't want to get too close to my camera either, do I? An artisan at work.
The thing is, we don't want too much because it will. There's only a certain tolerance in threads, and you don't want to over pack it because it'll just squeeze out the top. So let's have a look, see if we can.
A certain tolerance. Doesn't that sound very intelligent? You can tell Phil was a fitter, and I'm not. Oh, it's exciting.
I was about to say 12 years underground, but that wouldn't be true. Because I actually worked for the coal boat for 12 years, but I spent 1 year on strike. And also, I spent the last couple of years running a department whereby I spent some of my time not underground, having my own office. There we go, that should do the trick.
I shall knock off my phone now. There we go. So
this looks quite neat. If I have a little bit of your cardboard here.
A little bit of my cardboard.
Just for
right, and while you're doing that, the rope. Now, I've been looking online as the best way to fix the rope. And if I can take this little bit of plastic off. As I said, this I thought had a hook clip thing on it, which I assumed was the bit you would click to your belt anyway, because otherwise you throw your magnet in with great gusto and you forget to hold the end of your rope and you end up with a magnet in the river along with all its rope and you've lost your magnet. So I was hoping for something to clip this to a belt.
For those interested in the technical side of this,
yes, go on then.
What I just did was removed the excess glue.
There we go. So
I removed the excess glue. That's what I did.
There we go.
And there we are. You saw that. I removed the excess glue.
Wonderfully done.
Simply because it makes a mess. And this is a lovely shiny new magnet, which isn't going to look like
it's
that.
Not
You've
look
dragged
like
it across the bed of a river, I'm sure. But for the moment, it does mean you don't get all sorts of muck and gunk sticking to it, especially when you're trying to tie a rope on.
Right, so I shall move my phone out of the way. Now, I've been watching different people on YouTube tying their magnets to their ropes. And I'm not sure which is the best, but what seems to be the easiest for me to remember. Now, you can all laugh because I'm going to give this a try and possibly get it completely wrong. So we'll give it a go. I'll tell you what, we can even add some extra B-roll if Phil, start recording there, holds the camera for me. Now then, if I can remember this rightly, you go through there.
Which is there.
And then around the magnet.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And then
pull it down.
Fix it like that. Now that doesn't seem terribly
It can't go
secure,
nowhere.
but I suppose it's not going to go anywhere. Now
You haven't got a loose end, have you?
No,
That's
but
the
see,
point.
it keeps loosening up all the time. So I think there's something else I should have done, which I will check. But for now, that's the way I've done it. So we'll work on that. I'll see if I can tighten it up anymore. What I may even do is glue it. You never know, because I don't want it coming off.
How do you tie it off? When you tie it off, then it's
I tie it off, but I've got to be careful, because did you know, apparently, if you tie this at any point, then you're lowering the, what is the word? Anyway, whatever the word is, you cannot. It will snap. Supposing this rope can take 100 kilograms. If you tie a knot in it, apparently you're reducing that weight load to 50 kilograms before it'll snap. Now,
I don't want to carry anything 50 kilograms anyway,
No.
so I'm happy.
so what I'm doing, what I've done, the main rope that's attached to the magnet is straight, and then I've curled around the loose end. Now you can get a little metal grip, which I'm probably going to do. We're not going to do anything drastic with this magnet until I'm sure I've got the right knot. But for now, just so we can try it out.
We're not going to chuck it underwater at any depth.
No, not unless Phil is in the mood for jumping in and rescuing it. So that is us with our magnet. I'm sure that's not the perfect knot. So if you want to know how to tie a knot for your magnet, then I may find out and do a video. If not, go and look somewhere else, because I'm not sure that's the best way. So now, all we need to do is try it out. Apparently this will pick up, as I said, 113 kilograms, but that is in perfect condition. So that is if the bottom of the magnet is clean, and if I pick up something spot on like that, then I should be able to lift 113 kilograms. But if it's caught on something that's round, or it's caught on a corner like that, you've got a lot less of the magnet actually in contact with the item, so you'll be picking up a lot less. If I really get on with this, I'm going to buy a bigger magnet. But if not, then we'll stick to this one. So let's go and see what we can pick up with our magnet.
One of the reasons that I'm not impressed with doing this is because I can't see how we're going to find treasure. You see, that's the issue.
A true skeptic.
A skeptic, yeah, because there's not a lot of treasure that's metal. It doesn't, for instance, have any effect on my ring, because obviously that's a precious metal, and as a precious metal, generally,
It doesn't want it.
they're non-ferrous. But here's an interesting thought, because I got 2 5s there, so I'll put one down there. We're in France at the moment, so therefore we're using foreign money. The talk is that coins are getting made cheaper. So there is the hope that at least some of these coins, maybe only the smaller ones, will stick to the magnet. In which case we could be finding ourselves money.
We could, which is always
Money.
good.
Money. I like money. So I don't like to keep people in suspense, but if you'd like to take a gamble on what's going to get picked up, here we go. Whoop. There goes 5 cents. We got that from a good height. Whoop. I was right about the cheaper ones, because there goes. So here we go, folks. We've definitely got. That's a tricky bit. Doesn't want to know, does it?
No, what about the others?
Whoa.
Ooh,
Hang on.
what's that?
Whoa, ho, ho. Now then, that is interesting, because it's picked up a €2 coin
Ooh.
and a €1 coin. Now, no effect at all on these.
Oh.
So 50 cents, 20 cents, 10 cents, it's going to leave behind. But just out of curiosity again, if I put those side by side, whoop. As you can see, the ferrous content in this 5 cents is much higher.
There we go.
We're going to pick those up much easier, but it's definitely picking up the 1s and the 2s.
Good, good, good.
So we may find ourselves a few euros, which may mean that after about 12 years, we may pay for the magnet.
But I'm not interested in coins. Well, I'm interested in €2 coins, but what I'm interested in is weird and wonderful bits and pieces. So I'm going to give the camera to Phil, just in case he can pick up some interesting B-roll. Now, I got a few things here to see if I found them in the river. Would I be able to pick up? We use our little keep there. Can I pick up a spoon? Oh, yes.
Magic.
So we got a spoon.
Magic, magic.
Can I pick up a tin
Oh, it's my tea.
of ambrosia rice pudding? Should one be in the river?
Tea.
Oh, yes. We can pick up a tin of rice pudding. And finally,
A kettle.
can we pick up a kettle? No. It's not going to pick up stainless steel. So, I can find a spoon. I can probably find a tin opener.
Hang on now, because isn't the spoon stainless steel?
No, the spoon probably is more of a tinny thing because they don't use stainless steel on cheap spoons
Because
anymore.
it should pick up steel, shouldn't it?
It picks that up.
I'm wondering if the kettle's made of something else, of a different alloy.
Could be. Right then, so I'm going to go and find a saucepan. Back in a minute.
Right. How curious does this get? This is not my best side, by the way, when I'm doing B-roll. Nothing. Just talking to the people. Just tell them it's not my best side when I'm doing B-roll. Right, now then.
Right, so I'm now in the river and I found a saucepan. Let's see if we can pick up a saucepan. I'm going to be very careful here because it's rather vicious.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
There goes
We
the
can pick
saucepan.
up a saucepan. So the kettle obviously is something different to stainless steel. Perhaps that's tin as well. So there we go. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with my magnet. So let's go and find out what we can just... We're not going to do any really extensive fishing over here because I don't know what the rules are like, the regulations. And because I don't speak fluent French, I don't want to get stopped by a policeman.
And there's a high chance of us pulling a bomber of a river.
So we don't want to do.
We are actually in what was virtually most of World War One, the front line. And for a good deal of World War Two, they fought over this region. As sadly, the number of burial grounds around here indicate. But of course, there was an awful lot of bullets, bombs, etc. that were fired. So I think we have to use a certain amount of caution because I don't want to be trying to drag that off the side of a live shell.
I think we might leave it there.
Yeah, magnets and all. I'll just run. Okay.
Let's go find out what we can find.
We shall. Okay, we'll be back with a report on how the magnet does and whether or not, as an utter skeptic who thinks this is total madness, I get converted. I don't think so.